A severe heat wave across India has claimed 37 lives as daytime highs spike to around 50 degrees, prompting local governments to issue emergency alerts.
인도 전역에 기록적인 폭염이 이어지는 가운데 낮 최고 기온이 50도에 육박하며 37명의 사망자가 나오자 주 정부 당국들이 폭염 경보를 발령했습니다.
Yeah, if you remember just last week, we talked about how 50 of the world's hottest cities in late April were in India.
We're all in India.
We're all in India, yeah. And now we're seeing sort of the effects and consequences of that. Much of the damage here, much of the fatalities have been centered in two provinces, the Andhra Pradesh province and Telangana. In Telangana, one city, temperatures reached up to 46.3 degrees. 21 lives were recorded in the other Andhra Pradesh province or state as well, and government officials have placed sort of emergency efforts, and people are on alert, warning citizens to stay indoors between the hottest hours, between 11 and 4 p.m. And they're projecting that these heat wave conditions will persist until at least Tuesday, tomorrow.
오전 11시부터 4시 사이가 가장 덥기 때문에 특히 그 시간대에 유의하라라는 권고사항이 내려졌다고 하고요. 특히 이제 어린이, 그다음에 노년층, 또 임산부들에게 특별히 더 조심하라는 그런 권고사항들이 내려진 것 같습니다. I mean, it's hard to imagine, but I guess it just must be stifling. It's got to be, I mean, people have died from it, obviously.
Right.
Let's have a look at this expression. Instead of saying people have died, which is a very direct expression, it says that the severe heat wave has claimed lives. This is an interesting structure. The heat wave has claimed X number of lives.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it's more neutral. It's less direct than just saying it killed someone, and it emphasizes more on the impact and what happened rather than what caused that to happen. Because we're talking about here the heat caused these deaths. So instead of focusing on the heat, we're saying it claimed the lives of these people.
I think we see this a lot with calamities and weather-related news stories. So we might hear the thunderstorm, maybe not a thunderstorm, the typhoon, for example, has claimed X number of lives. The earthquake has claimed lives. It's not an expression we want to use a lot, but it is used a lot in the news.
Yeah, it's mostly in the news or in formal context, and weather is a big one. Or if there's, for example, a traffic accident claimed the lives of, X number of people.
Exactly. 이거는 이제 같이 claim하고 lives 붙어 다니는 표현인데요. 이만큼의 사망자를 발생시켰다라고 해서 주어가 그 원인이 되는 기상 상황이나 사건이 되겠습니다. 그걸 주어로 놓고 표현을 하는 거죠. So something has claimed lives. 자, 다음 표현은 prompting local governments to do something. Prompting A to do B.
Yeah, to prompt, P-R-O-M-P-T. Again, a more cause and effect sort of relationship is when we use that. It's more like encouraging or bringing out some sort of response. It basically means to cause or trigger something to happen. Right?
Prompt A to do B. A로 하여금 B를 할 수밖에 없게 하다. A를 하게 만들다. So let's say, for example, I spill my tea. And this would be a very panicky situation.
Careful there.
Then that would prompt me to quickly try and clean up, get some tissues, and, make sure it doesn't get anywhere.
Yeah. And our engineer may have a heart attack if you do that.
Yes, that would prompt him to have a heart attack.
Right.
So something prompts you to do something.
Yeah. If there's a crime or if there's an incident, that could prompt an investigation, for example, too, right?
That's true. 그러네요. 어떤 이제 사건이 벌어지면은 수사가 그 결과로 이어지겠죠. 그래서 사건으로 인해서 수사를 하게 하다. 수사가 진행이 됐다. 이런 식으로 표현을 할 때도 the incident prompted an investigation 할 수 있습니다. 자, 다시 읽어볼게요. A severe heat wave across India has claimed 37 lives as daytime highs spike to around 50 degrees, prompting local governments to issue emergency alerts. Here's headline number 4.
A record 274 climbers have reached the summit of Mount Everest from the Nepalese side in a single day due to favorable weather conditions, following a delayed start to the spring season caused by icefall hazards on the standard route.
세계 최고봉인 에베레스트 정상을 하루 동안 274명이 네팔 쪽 루트를 통해 오르는데 성공하면서 이 부문 최다 기록이 세워졌습니다. 이는 최근 현지 날씨가 좋았던 데 더해 올봄 주요 루트의 대형 얼음덩어리 제거 작업으로 그간 등반 대기자들이 누적된 데 따른 결과입니다.
This happened on May 20th, this record-setting, I guess, climb or, path to the summit when 274 climbers reached there. It's not that, sure, there were a lot of people, but there was a buildup, right? Because people were having to wait out this sort of dangerous hanging glacial ice over the main route that delayed the start of the spring climbing season there. And in fact, out of all these 274 people, one climber from Ecuador actually reached the summit without any supplemental bottled oxygen. He did it independently, which is pretty amazing, but
It could be dangerous.
it could be dangerous, right? The trek alone is dangerous in and of itself, but I suspect maybe Ecuador is maybe on a higher altitude, possibly.
Okay.
So maybe that climber was used to the sort of the change in altitude there. But nonetheless, there's a big rush to get to the summit.
Yep, definitely that could be the case. Okay, not too long ago we learnt the verb to summit, which is a little bit different to the noun, the summit, but you can use it in this situation to say the climbers summited
The summit.
the
Or you
summit
could
of
say,
Mount
yeah,
Everest. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Okay, but there was a delayed start.
Yeah. So when there's a situation that something begins later than originally planned, we say there's a delayed start. You could say there's a delayed start to a flight or a school, right? Indicating that the time has been pushed back a little bit.
There was definitely no delayed start to our show.
Oh, no.
We always start at 8 a.m. sharp.
Yes, must.
Delayed start는 지연된 시작이 되겠습니다. Now, what about a hazard?
Hazard, Hazard, something that can cause danger or harm. If you're a golfer, you know what a hazard is. These are the bunkers or the water hazards, things that are dangerous to golfers for their score, perhaps.
자, 위험 요소라는 뜻입니다. In golf, if your golf ball falls into these areas, then you have a hard time getting the ball out, normally. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼까요? A record 274 climbers have reached the summit of Mount Everest from the Nepalese side in a single day due to favorable weather conditions following a delayed start to the spring season caused by icefall hazards on the standard route. Let's move on to our final headline.
OpenAI has claimed a major advance in AI reasoning after its technology successfully solved Paul Erdős's 1946 planar unit distance problem, an 80-year-old math challenge calculating the maximum number of equidistant dot pairs on a sheet of paper.
오픈AI가 자사 인공지능 기술로 1946년에 폴 에르데시가 제시한 평면 단위 거리 문제를 풀어내 AI 추론 분야에서 중대한 진전을 이뤘다고 발표했습니다. 이 문제는 평면 위에 서로 같은 거리만큼 떨어져 있는 점들의 쌍을 최대 몇 개 만들 수 있는지를 묻는 것으로 지난 80년 동안 수학계의 난제였습니다.
So it's not that AI, first of all, I'm not going to try and, explain what this actual theorem is. I'm not a mathematician, obviously, but what this AI did was not that it gave a definitive answer to the math challenge, but it merely proved that what Paul Erdős did back in 1946 was not complete. The original proposal was actually too low in this case. So unlike a previous mistake by OpenAI involving Erdős's literature, this finding sort of verified and co-authored by prominent outside mathematicians. So it's been proven that AI was correct in this case.
자, 아무래도 AI가 수학 문제를 풀거나 그러는 데 있어서는 우리 인간보다 월등히 빠르고 또 이제 그동안에 풀지 못했던 난제들을 풀 수 있을 것으로 기대되는 부분이 많이 있기는 합니다만 지금 이거 같은 경우에는 기존의 AI가 풀었던 것이 맞다라는 것을 재입증했다는 얘기인가요?
It was incomplete. It was actually lower. Yeah, it was lower than originally proposed.
알겠습니다. 그래서 이제 이번에는 그 문제를 풀어서 그 난제가 정말 더 이상 난제가 아닌 게 됐네요. 자, 표현을 좀 보도록 하겠습니다. Let's have a look at claiming a major advance. Oh, we had claim lives before.
Yeah, so that word claim is out here again. When you claim something here, in this case, you're asserting or you're stating something, right? And a major advance as a noun would be a significant improvement or a breakthrough that has been made.
So it's a very different meaning.
A little bit different, to claim
yeah.
something. Yeah.
그래요. 여기서 말하는 claim something은요. 무엇임을 주장하다, 선언하다 이런 뜻이 있습니다. 그래서 뭐 보여주다 이렇게 할 수도 있고요. 근데 앞서서 claim lives라고 했을 때는 몇 명의 사망자가 나왔다라는 의미였으니까 해석은 어쨌든 확연히 다릅니다.
Yeah. It'd be more like taking lives.
그런
when you claim
느낌이
something.
있죠.
Yeah.
네, 그래서 사실 claim이 쓰인 거긴 한데 어원을 따지고 보면은 뭐 겹치는 부분도 있기는 합니다만 그래도 여기서는 이 오픈 AI가 이러한 것을 했다고 발표했다, 주장했다 이렇게 볼 수 있겠고요. And what about to calculate?
Yeah, calculating something simply like a calculator.
Yeah.
You're determining something like an output using math or numbers, or to estimate something very carefully, right?
그래요. 네, 계산하다. 그래서 계산기를 영어로는 calculator라고 합니다. 자, 하나만 더 볼까요? Equidistant.
Yeah, equidistant, I say equidistant.
Okay.
It's when two things are the same distance from one point. So I guess a good example would be a circle is basically a collection of dots equidistant from the center. And you put them all together and it creates a circle, right?
그러네요. 그 앞부분은 동등하다라는 뜻이에요. EQUI라는 요 접두어가 그다음 뒤엔 distant라는 것은 거리를 얘기하고 있기 때문에 무엇으로부터 등거리, 무엇으로부터 거리가 같다라는 얘기를 하고 있는 거겠죠. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. OpenAI has claimed a major advance in AI reasoning after its technology successfully solved Paul Erdosh's 1946 planar unit distance problem, an 80-year-old math challenge calculating the maximum number of equidistant dot pairs on a sheet of paper. All right. Well, that's it for the headlines.